Welcome to Mixing Vocals Part 3. Today we're going to show you basic EQ settings for your lead vocals so you can blend the rest of your backing tracks with it and with the beat. So check it out. So the first thing you want to do when EQing one of your vocals is, for me personally, what I like to do is I like to start on the lead vocal. Because if you can make your lead vocal sound really clean, then your backups should follow through and make it sound more full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to it without anything on it first to hear what I have to do. So here it is.
No, I surrender, yeah, I guess you got me cuffed. Rescue me at the low point of breaking up. Saw purpose in those times when I had enough. Gave me peace in the storm when them trials were rough.
Alright, so now listening to that, it sounds that way because we're using a Rode K2 mic. And it's a tube microphone, and we have it running through a preamp with compressor, and we're rolling off the lows, so it does sound thinner already. But you want to make sure that depending on what microphone you're using, you're going to have to EQ it differently. But what I noticed with this is it does sound a little thin, a little tingy. Well, not really thin. It's just has a lot of highs in it. So I'm going to start off with just soloing the vocal by itself to hear what I can do with it by itself, and then I'll blend it into the instrumental.
Rescue me at the low point of breaking up. Saw purpose in those times when I had enough. Gave me peace in the storm when them trials were rough. Enough said. It's an easy thing to serve you with the blood you shed. I feel so loved, knowing that for me you bled, used and accused, cross-stained, engine red.
Now what I'm doing is I'm hearing little things in it. For example, if you see this right here, this silver ball, I'm rolling off the lows because I want to make sure all the low frequencies are rolled off, because sometimes those vocal low frequencies can interfere with the bass drum, and you want to make sure you really separate that from your track. And it did seem like it had a lot of mids in it, so I put the mids down a little bit. What I'm probably going to want to do is put this around like 3K and boost it a little bit, because that's where a lot of the vocal ranges are, just a little bit though. And then roll off the lower ones, or the higher frequencies, because that's where a lot of the high syllables are. So let's hear how that sounds by itself again.
Surrender, yeah, I guess you got me cuffed. Rescue me at the low point of breaking up. Saw purpose in those times when I had enough. Gave me peace in the storm when them trials were rough. Enough said. It's an easy thing to serve you with the blood you shed. I feel so loved, knowing that for me you bled, used and accused, cross-stained.
Now that sounds pretty good by itself, but now let's hear it with the instrumental and see how it blends in together.
No, I surrender, yeah, I guess you got me cuffed. Rescue me at the low point of breaking up. Saw purpose in those times when I had enough. Gave me peace.
Alright, now let's hear the before and after.
No, I surrender, yeah, I guess you got me cuffed. Rescue me at the low point of breaking up. Saw purpose in those times when I had enough. Gave me peace.
There you have it. That's a basic EQ setting. Now remember, your EQ settings will be different depending on the microphone you're using and the preamp you're using. So if you like this tip and found it helpful, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like our channel. See you next week.
Turn it up, let's get the level set. EQ the vocals, then compress it. Reverb, now double it up. And then we chop. Don't screw it up. Turn it up, keep the bass in the room. If you got auto-tune, you can use that too. Echo, now double it up. Then we chop. Don't screw it up.